Hey everybody, it's Gregory and welcome to the Dragon's Den. Um, some of you may have seen my first video that I posted already. It was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15. No particular episode, just a kind of a summation of what I thought was going on and all of that before the reunion hits. So just was looking around the internet for something interesting. Again, I said I was going to try and bring you all these different videos and start new, start fresh. I hear that the whole cast of the Real Housewives of Atlanta may be thrown away. Not thrown away as in, you know, we think of what we throw away, but in terms of they're not going to have to worry about these people, and according to the different things that I've read, of course, I read the B. Scott thing, which I will link in the description box. I'm sure there are credible sources, but I like going to B. Scott because, he has an inside track and what have you. That being said, they're really going to try and probably reboot the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Some of you are probably thinking that this was something that, you saw the writings on the wall, and maybe, but most people were like, okay, maybe they can get rid of a few of them and not all of them. But now it looks like they're going to try and get rid of most of them, or if not all of them, and start something new. Um, and start something new. Sorry about that. That's my phone going off. And start something new. To me, is that going to be a mistake in the long run? It may be, because you want to see some of your favorites. A lot of our old favorites have gone and left, not coming back. We know that Portia Williams Portia Gobadia, whatever her last name is these days, she said in an interview, I believe, it may have been with Access Hollywood or E! News. I believe it was E! News. I'll find and put it in the description as well. That she would have to be paid a lot of money to come back. So I don't know. I mean, do people want her back as bad as they think they do? Because we said that about a few of the returning OGs or people who had people who had helped us like them via their personality or life or whatever. And once they get big, we're like, no, you probably should have stayed off the show. So as much as she would probably get to come back, the question is the network wanting her back? And if they are, when she arrives, will the people be satisfied once she does arrive? So the thing about it is a lot of people have seen the show's decline. People are blaming production. I know Kenny said that to Carlos. Candy has said a few things to kind of allude to that. But Kenya has definitely, talked about it, and I don't blame her. She knows her worth and she knows what's going on. When you're used to something and you're used to the energy that's coming in and out, the moment that energy changes, the moment the wind changes and goes a different direction after having been blowing a certain way, you start to be like, oh, there's something going on here. But I guess production, Bravo, and Universal, Comcast, I think they still own NBC and all of that. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if Universal bought Comcast or Comcast bought Universal. Either way, Bravo TV is under that umbrella. So I think they're not worried about people so much. It's a business. That's what it is at the end of the day. They don't care about people's lives. They don't care about people's intentions on the show. I keep seeing this. all of these people on all of these reality shows, you are a number. If that number doesn't equal a profit, it means that it's going to be in the red. And if it's in the red, that means it's not a valuable asset. It's just not. It's not a valuable asset. So if you can bring things into the black, bring some money, revenue coming in, hopefully a profit soon thereafter, then that's what keeps business going. That's what keeps people like these reality show stars, whoever it is, in the positive minds of people who are running these networks. If you can bring in money, we love you. If you can't, we're going to get rid of you. It's just that simple, just like anything in business. If I had a business and I created a product that wasn't doing anything, wasn't moving, it was in the red, I got to get rid of it. If I create something that is moving off the shelves or moving and there's a demand for it, an extremely high demand for it, where I can make a nice profit, it's in the black. You know what I'm saying? And that's how these women are on this show. That's how these men are on those men who are on those reality shows. They are all numbers. It's basically a digital printout of who's doing what. Everybody has a number. If that number is underperforming, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you are, how long you've been on the show, if it's not a profit, it doesn't make sense. And what do we always say? Make it make sense. Literally, I'm talking financial sense. So unfortunately, they're gonna have to, if they are doing this and the money is not coming in, and I really think that the Real Housewives of Atlanta has run its course. I really do. As much as I love Kenya, as much as I love, I'm gonna say Cynthia, but it's different. Candy, people like that. As much as you care for those people, you love to see them on the show. You love to see them getting their coins. You love to see them getting out there and being known and things like that. Certain things run its course. Just like going to the barber who keeps effing up your hair, going to the stylist who puts the wrong chemicals in you, but you go to them because way back then they gave you one of the best haircuts. Either they've gotten too cocky or they just don't have the resource to get the best materials anymore, so you have to move on. It happens. Sometimes you might have to go back to them. But I think this is a clear case of the Real Housewives of Atlanta has run its course, and we all knew that it possibly could happen. A lot of these franchises have ran their course. Real Housewives of New York, I particularly like the new version. It's younger, it's fresher people. It's what New York represents. Everybody has said that, but it's true. It represents a multicultural chasm of all different people, all different walks of life. We didn't get a whole lot of that. And when Ebony K. Williams, I believe that's her name, when she was on there, it was a failed attempt to now all of a sudden introduce diversity into this, predominantly Caucasian female girls club, as it were. And so they were trying to go with the change, but I think it was too. Don't get me wrong. I want to see all black, brown, Asian people everywhere, as many as they can be seen, and as many as can be seen everywhere they can be seen. Having said that, some things require a subtle introduction. I think if she had maybe came on as somebody's friend and then the introduction, I think, or they could have sent it to Atlanta, but she doesn't live in Atlanta. She lives in New York. Many housewives have lived different places, and they're on the franchises in in a different city. I get that, but I think sometimes you have to read the writings on the wall. So it causes more harm than good. But again, I want to see every black, brown, Asian person everywhere as much as they can be everywhere. Having said that, something like I said run its course, and I think the Real Housewives of Atlanta and a lot of them has ran their course. Orange County should have been ran their course and they should have. I mean, they've retooled over there, but they still have the same people coming back and coming back. I think it's time to do something different. You know what I'm saying? How about different cities? How about a Real Housewives of Chicago, a Real Housewives of St. Louis, a Real Housewives of Detroit? You know what I'm saying? You might not think so, but Detroit is up and coming. Detroit is slowly getting back to where it used to be, and I think it would be a good time for Bravo to start looking for those up and coming entrepreneur females in Detroit who are really kind of taking advantage of this new resurgence of the city getting its legs back. If that makes sense to anybody who's looking at this or listening to this. And like I said, Chicago. Chicago. If you can't find no drama there, I don't know where you looking. Really. If you can't find some interesting people in Chicago, I don't know where you're looking. I'm from Milwaukee, so you might find a few here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of socialites here in Milwaukee. Don't sleep on Milwaukee, please don't. But we right next.
Hello, Moto.
We're right on Lake Michigan, an hour and a half north of Chicago. I mean, but clearly you would mostly want a bigger city, but I mean that's the way to go. I think all of them can be looked at. Like, how do we slowly introduce new women into all these franchises and see how it works or doesn't work? New Jersey too. It's they had a revamping a few years ago, but it's time to just do something different. I'm gonna suggest something that probably will never happen. How about do something with these husbands? You know what I'm saying? Do a summer show. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to call it the husbands of such and such, but do something. Take all these husbands from these franchises and put them together for a one summer and see how they deal with things. You know what I'm saying? Will it be drama? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Or will it be drama? Depending on who you got in the group. And do something like that. I mean, let us see, different energies, I think a lot of these franchises have ran its course in Atlanta. I don't know who in Atlanta, I don't know who trying to get on down there, but they say they're already looking for new Georgia peaches. It's like a bad relationship, Why go backwards when you're trying to go forward? Although some people go backwards because they're afraid to go. They're afraid. That's all they know. And I don't know. Is that a good thing? That's not something I've ever did. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't know. But one thing is for sure. I think it's time for a change. It's time for a change. Give everybody probably one more season, and start having them pick somebody. You know what I'm saying, to take over. You know what I'm saying? Give them a nice contract this last season and say this is the last final contract for you all, but pick your predecessor. If that's the more, ethical term. Pick your predecessor who's going to eventually take over for you. Not be like you, but pick your predecessor, because we're moving forward. You know what I'm saying? We're moving forward. You know what I'm saying? We're going a different route. Atlanta has a lot of creative people. Atlanta has a lot of artistic people down there. Why not start going that route? You know what I'm saying? Why not start going somebody who has art, or somebody who's into different things, like some real designers. I ain't talking about Sheba Charade. That was some bullshit. Go find an actual designer. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that where you got the whole Housewives is full of creatives. Everybody's creating something. Not they drama, but they're real creative. Like, they have real creative energy flowing within them. Let's see what that drama looks like. You know what I'm saying? let's get somebody in the political field down in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are not gonna do that because it would mess up their political image. But you know what I'm saying, spice it up a bit. You know what I'm saying? These people they're coming from the same kind of um, energy, the same type of mold. You know what I'm saying? We need to break the mold on who these housewives are, who they are, and where they come from. Because we've seen these type of, I want to be in the music business, I want to do this. It's the same stuff. They're coming from the same mold. We need somebody different. You know what I'm saying? How about a lesbian? You know what I'm saying? A for real lesbian, not that Drew Sidor wannabe should I kiss, not kiss, I kissed the girl and I like it, none of that nonsense. Get a lesbian in the mix, you know what I'm saying? Get a bisexual female, just like they do in New York. Amp it up. All the queens. Atlanta has a huge LGBTQIA plus community down there. You mean to tell me after all these years you couldn't have got somebody from the community? I mean, we saw a little clip of T.S. Madison at the Peach Plum or Orange Peach Blossom, whatever the party Candy through the season. What about T.S. Madison? You know what I'm saying? What about T.S. Madison not being on there? Let's see how this shit go. Let's see how this shit go. I mean, let's see how this shit go. Like I said, get T.S. Madison, get a lesbian woman, get you know what I'm saying, amp the shit up. You know what I'm saying? Go find some woman who's married to two men. You know what I'm saying? Go find some woman who's dating two men at one time. How about that? That would be an interesting fucking show. And the two men don't have a problem with it. How about that? Get that housewife. Get somebody like that. Amp this shit up. It's 2023. We need to amp it up. But that's really all I have to say about the shakeup that's going on at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm gonna put all the link from B Scott in here, and so y'all can just have at it. But again, it's things run its course, and I think Atlanta has reached that expiration date, like that spoiled milk that you got in your refrigerator, or that freeze burn ice cream that got the little icicle sticking up on the top of it. It's time to throw it out. It's time to move on. It's time for some change. But you can't change unless you got the backup ready. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we need the Bravo TV, Universal, Comcast, whoever these producers are that are getting these casting these ladies. You need to broaden your horizon as to what kind of woman you are going to get for these shows. Some of you, they don't want real women. Of course we want real women, but the whole cast don't have to be naturally biological women. They could be trans women. They could be bisexual women, lesbian women. They could be anybody under that umbrella of woman. And I think it's time, if they're gonna really get a show, they're gonna need one. They're gonna need to do something. And I would like not to believe that Georgia is not ready for it, being as though Georgia has become the LGBTQIA plus mecca, for those that know. And so I think it's time that happens. So that's what I'm rooting for. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you like. And so hope y'all liked the last video. Hope you like this one. I'm going to try to disable these comments. I don't know exactly how. I've forgotten how to do it. It should be just a simple matter of switching something off. But, this 24-hour thing that they doing, I don't know what that's all about. I guess they want to make sure you ain't got some crazy channel or something like that. But anyway, y'all like and subscribe. And welcome to the Dragon's Den. Bye.